Hello and welcome back to the world of 4 Plus, where today we're talking about the final flight of the Destiny's Bounty with 147 pieces and 4 minifigures. Now, this is a random thing that I picked up at a flea market, so let's find out if this is a scam. Now, the reason I say this is because I haven't actually opened this yet, so let's see what we... I'm trying to open it. Nothing's really coming out. Hold on. Well, that's something. That's interesting. Hold on, let me see what fell out. Yeah, I don't think that's the set. So, give me a moment. Now, the set itself does fulfill your needs for Legacy Kai, as well as coming in with a J minifigure, a Zane minifigure, and also a fun little skeleton farmer who's going to go ahead and pitchfork you to a different plane of existence. Some great figures. Honestly, I like the way that the ghost turned out. I feel like the yellow, green with purple looks very nice, especially since they introduced a specialized, like a lime white is, I think, the best way that I can put it. But it looks great. The prison center, with its little chest up front with some gems and jewels. Very interesting spot for treasure, but if anything, the ghost swords look great, especially adding a little bit of aesthetics, especially since they use the navy blue here. 2 prisons, you can put 2 out of 3 ninjas in there. Pretty done deal if you ask me. Now, the dragon itself, pretty interesting. I feel like the mouse is a little bit wary in terms of that, but I feel like the wings being done in this plastic material, which the sail is also made in, it works really well for the dragon, I would say. It's only a shame that this is a 4 Plus set, because having a more realized version of the dragon, which one does exist, but I don't own it, so I might as well complain about the one that I do have compared to the one that I don't. But overall, I think it's a nice dragon that you can use to fly around. It doesn't really break too easily, so it works really well for play. So if you want to just chuck it into the prison, it works. If you want to chuck it at the Destiny's Bounty, it works. If you want to chuck it against the table and attack some ninjas, it works, doesn't break on you, so it works fantastically, what can I say. And then we also have hiding in the back here. Now, hiding off the table was Zane's speedboat. We'll get back to that in a moment. But the bounty itself actually does look pretty nice. I feel like we have good deck space here, with the steering wheel being at the front instead of towards the back area, but I think it makes the helm seem very prominent. And if we put Jay there, he looks like a true captain to this ship, even though he's smaller than the steering wheel. But height is not a factor when you're a good captain. Now, the mast itself does work really well. The dragon is very cool, and I feel like as a side profile, even though this is a junior set, it looks out and turns out to actually look quite nice, because if I go up into the sky, it is right there next to General Grievous, the crocodile ship, and the launch rocket. And it looks quite well with the little anchor dropping down from the sky. At some point I might put a ninja or something on there, and it'll look great, as though you have some kind of invasion party plan. But I think, as a thing, it actually does turn out and look quite decent for display, even though it's technically meant to be less aesthetically pleasing than most things. It still looks out pretty good. And the engines, actually, the only fault that I think the engines have is that this sticks out from the front. It could have been good to get like a 2x2 dish that just goes on top to kind of give it a more solidified engine feel. But they do look great. You've got a little bit of interior space, which you can lift up to access really easily. This is where the speedboat was being stored. Speaking of which, is probably the only thing that's like somewhat disappointing, just because of the scale and the fact that, yeah, probably could use something a little bit better, or just not have it at all, and probably beef up the Destiny's Bounty, if anything. So I would say 3 out of the 4 things that you get here are actually quite good. Jail, practical as a playset, doesn't look too bad visually. Dragon, alright, it doesn't look as realistic or have the best detailing that it could, but it's got good durability, and you can definitely have fun using this as a potential tomahawk to attack any invading dragons. Shouldn't have done that. That's an expensive dragon, but you get the point. Quite regretting that, actually. And the Disney's Bounty. Actually, very nice addition. I feel like they nailed the look of it. The boat piece definitely ups the price of this, up to that $40 range, just because, boat's piece is pretty expensive. And, yeah, I guess that price point's pretty big. But I think the fact that they're using these plastic sails, quite a large sheet just of plastic, do that. Boat piece, 4+ set, we're using some bigger pieces. Granted, it's not really that much because it's just the boat. We've got the dragon head. All in all, I feel like since it's going down to 32 most of the time, pretty good set for money, if I had to say. Pretty glad I picked it up. I don't know what was going on with the mechs, though. I don't know what happened with that. So thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and fly myself back up to that shelf. So take care. Have fun.